we have a variety of questions from the audience. Let me read out a few of them. About 3 sets of questions I will try to present to you. First set, is there a chance that the democracy in the USA is going to turn into an oligarchy? That's one question, and I'd like to read out this one, accompanied with the previous. One of the logical possibilities behind the 9/11 attack is that directly or indirectly the Bush clan is behind it. After all, they benefited most from it. The establishment media ignores this issue. This is the usual conspiracy theory. Do you have any evidence, pro or contra, or do you know of any evidence? Another set of questions.
I'll forget.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I'll forget.
Thank you.
Let me start with the second one and go back to the first one. The first one's more complicated. The second one, first of all, did the Bush administration gain from September 11th? Answer, yes. Does that tell you anything? No. Every authoritarian system in the world gained from September 11th, and it was immediately predictable. I mean, I remember my first interviews with journalists a couple hours afterwards. The first question I was asked is, about this, and I said, look, every power system in the world is cheering. The Russians love it. It's giving them an excuse to increase their atrocities in Chechnya under the pretext that they're defending themselves from terror. The Chinese love it. They're going to step up their atrocities in Western China against the Uyghurs, claiming it's defense against terror. Indonesia loves it. They're going to go on a rampage in Aceh and massacre everyone because they have to defend themselves against terror. Ariel Sharon will, go wild in the occupied territories because we have to protect ourselves from terror. And so it continues. In fact, just about every country, the more violent ones just extended their own violence, but the less violent ones, say like England or the United States or France, immediately imposed what they called protection against terrorism acts of one kind or another, which had almost nothing to do with terror, but a lot to do with disciplining their own populations. So if you take a look around the world, the more, what are called the more democratic societies, instituted mechanisms of control of their population under the pretext of defending themselves against terror. So, and this was completely predictable. This happens after, even after an earthquake, things like this happen. Power systems will exploit it to expand their own power over their primary enemies, which are their domestic enemies, their own population. And if they happen to be carrying out violent repression, they'll extend it.